This is headquarters. You're home away from home and the center of your time here off the front line. You're not out there in the field. This is your place to advance your career. So gear up, train hard, get to know your fellow soldiers. We're well supplied, but you've got a lot to learn. Every man and woman on this beach knows this was just the first step in pushing back the Germans. We're counting on you to help us push through to the Rhine.
Come on, soldier. Let's get you set up in a division.
Hey everybody, in this video I'm going to be giving you my initial impressions on the competitive multiplayer for Call of Duty World War II. And I am very excited to be playing this game because I was a huge fan of Advanced Warfare, which was the last Call of Duty game that Sledgehammer Studios developed. And in my opinion, that was in a lot of ways the best Call of Duty game since the original Modern Warfare way back in the day. I actually had the opportunity to play the beta for this game about a month ago, and you actually see that some of this initial gameplay is from one of the maps that was featured in that beta. But rest assured, this is the actual release version of the game being played on a PC with maxed out settings and mouse and keyboard controls. So I'm going to make a bit of an assumption here, which is that most of the folks here watching this video have played at least some Call of Duty multiplayer in the past 10 years or so. And as a result, I'm going to talk specifically about how I feel like this game differs slightly from others that I've played in the series, and that might help give you an idea as to whether or not this would be something you'd be interested in playing. For me, the biggest things that I would point out as unique characteristics of this particular game are that I feel as though the movement speed and mechanics are a little bit slower paced and a little bit more tactical than some of the other more recent Call of Duty games have been. To me, that's actually a good thing, and I'm pretty happy about it, but I can also understand how people who've become accustomed to just zipping around with jetpacks and whatnot might find the pacing a little slow by comparison. The other thing that sort of goes hand in hand with the slower movement is that time to kill in this game seems to be a bit higher than in some of the more recent games as well, with several weapons taking multiple shots to put enemies down, even at close range. Thus far, I've only played Team Deathmatch, Domination, and the new War mode, so I can't speak to the quality and faithfulness of all of the 9 basic game modes available in multiplayer just yet, but the general feel from what I've seen and experienced thus far has been very solid and pleasant. Hit registration seems to be on point, netcode seems to be on point, matchmaking seems to be doing a halfway decent job of putting me into matches against people that I have at least some chance of competing against, and it seems as though it's getting better and better with those matches the more that I play, and I'm generally just very happy with the overall experience thus far. A couple of extra things that I'll throw out there that I think are noteworthy about this new version of the game are the fact that it includes a social space in the form of headquarters, which is basically an environment where you can run around, pick up daily objectives and missions, open supply drops, spend in-game currency on various unlocks, participate in 1v1 PvP skirmishes, and test out all the various score streaks in the game in a controlled environment, in addition to some other more basic traditional activities like a firing range. I think this is a really good idea and something that's going to really help breed a more social, more friendly community amongst players of this game. I think it's probably going to get a little bit overlooked here in the initial days after release, but I can absolutely see headquarters becoming a very vital part of building a community around this game long term. The other really big, impressive new feature in Call of Duty multiplayer this year is the War mode, which consists of several objective-based asymmetrical combat scenarios that take place on maps specifically crafted for that mode. As someone who's typically a very big fan of team-based, objective-based first-person shooter gameplay, this is an absolutely huge and very welcome feature in my book, and I've been having a really great time playing this mode in particular, as well as all the others that I've tried so far. Obviously, Call of Duty World War II is a very large game in terms of its content, which is why I'm breaking up my coverage of it into separate videos. and I will definitely be revisiting multiplayer more thoroughly in my upcoming review for the game, which should be releasing sometime next week. As always, if you have enjoyed this video, please be sure to hit that like button. If you'd like to see more videos from me in the future, be sure to hit subscribe, and I will see you next time.
This is it, soldiers. The Allied invasion begins with us. Our mission is to secure the beach and take out 255mm artillery guns, providing heavy cover fire to the beachhead. Get to cover and clear the shingle. I'll see you on the beach. Clear the shingle and capture the cliff bunkers. Move! Move! Take the bunker! Move! Grenade! Run! Airdrop incoming! Push the beachhead! Capture those bunkers!